What is up, hoe bags? Welcome to another episode of Bacon and Bacon with Bacon. Today we're making meatloaf with a special layered mashed potato thing that I make. Now, this is a super easy recipe, and it is definitely not your Mima's meatloaf. We put bacon in this shit. We put garlic up in this bitch. It's a very dank meatloaf. So. This recipe is so fucking easy. It's only a few ingredients, but if it's made right, it's fucking amazing. 1 pound of ground beef, 1 egg, 2 cups of panko or breadcrumbs, half a cup of milk, and salt, and any other seasonings you want to fuck with. And then we're gonna throw in some minced garlic, some chopped up bacon. It's gonna be fucking bomb. Now's the fun part. You get your hands in there, you just massage the fucking fuck out of this until it starts looking more like a loaf. Corningware. It's the shit. And you just make a loaf. You just make a nice little loaf out of it. The more even it is, the more even it cooks, obviously. And then you plop it in your bread pan. And we're gonna throw this bitch in the oven. We're gonna throw it in here at 375 for about 45 minutes because we like ours crispy on the outside. And then we're gonna move on to the ketchup sauce that's gonna go over the top of this, and then we're gonna get started on the potatoes while the meat's cooking. All right, so to make this red sauce, and let's be honest, that's like the star of this fucking dish. It's super simple, but there's no measurements. You just gotta do it by taste. But it's gonna require some ketchup, and you find a hot sauce. I usually use this like mango, super spicy mango hot sauce, but I ran out of that. So I'm using this salsa picante del chili habanero hot sauce. And that's it. You just add hot sauce to your ketchup and stir it and keep tasting it until it's just the right heat. And then we're gonna paint that over the top of this loaf and throw it in the oven, bitches. Just right. That's got some spice to it. And we're gonna paint this on the meatloaf. That's what it should look like. Just a raw loaf with red shit all over it, with ketchup sauce all over it. Now we're gonna put this in the oven. Next step is to peel these potatoes, get them diced up and thrown in this bowl. We're gonna boil them bitches for about 10 to 15 minutes until they get obviously smashable. Then we're gonna smash, and then we'll build the layers. Then we're gonna fill this up with water just until it's about 2 inches or 1.5 inches above the potatoes. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna need for the potatoes is a shit ton of grated cheese. I use cheddar, but you can kind of play around with it if you want. Once these bitches are done, we're gonna hit them with that pepper, and then we're gonna take this grated cheese and we're gonna layer it in that bitch and then twice bake it. I call these my twice baked mashed potatoes. They're fucking so good. All right, well now these bitches are ready. These potatoes are done boiled. So we're gonna kill the heat and we're gonna strain them in like a pasta strainer and then dump them right back in this bowl and get to mixing. Just gonna add by sight, maybe a 1/4 cup of milk. You just kind of want to wet the potatoes down. Like I said, I make a fucking mess. And then we're gonna use a couple tablespoons of butter in there. And we'll sprinkle in some pepper up in this bitch. And where's my salt? A little bit more salt up in this bitch. We only had salt in the water. Now, we're gonna mash these shits. We're gonna mash them shits. Basic bitch mashed potatoes for the time being. Now, we are going to layer it like I've been talking about. You just put a little bit at the bottom like that. That's your first blot. And then you just cheese it. What I normally do is spray the inside of the bowl, but it's not really necessary, and it's just less seed oils that we have to consume. And then I'll just You know, if you time this right, you can have the meatloaf coming out perfect at the same time as your potatoes are like brown and crispy and shit. So at this point, I put the meatloaf in a little ahead of time. I just got done putting the twice baked mashed potatoes in the oven, and now them shits are gonna be done at about the exact same time as the meatloaf. Boom, bango, bingo. Shit, I could probably make an OnlyFans doing just this and bank out. You just want to watch a dude do dishes, you know? Definitely not there yet. Plus, that's not ready yet either. So we will give it another 20 minutes. Sometimes meatloaf takes forever. Well, there you have it. Meatloaf and twice baked mashed potatoes. Shit stank as fuck. Took me about 35 to 40 minutes, maybe a little longer actually. I'm pretty big, so I don't know. But it's gonna be done. Oh shit!
Oh my god.
Hold on.
You're so awkward looking.
All right, hoe bags. That is the meatloaf and the twice baked mashed potatoes. Thank you for watching this episode of Bacon and Bacon with Bacon. There's fucking bacon in the meatloaf. Peace, bitches.